Well, still keeping tab on what's happening in Niger State. The death toll keeps rising every other day, and perhaps our producer will help us put out some more like a dashboard snapshot of the casualty record and what effort is being done as far as this is concerned in Niger State, coming in from NEMA. But we're being joined in the program by the Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management in Niger State, Mr. Ahmed Baba Suleiman. Mr. Suleiman, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you very much.
We saw the snapshots. I'm trying to get to it as soon as possible. Okay, I think I have it here. Of some of the records we have from NEMA as to the level of casualty. So I'm just going to run through a few and maybe ask for what the latest update is from where you sit. We understand the casualty is now about 165, comprising of 98 persons are missing, over 3,000 persons affected, over 1,500 persons displaced. Infrastructure ranges from buildings to roads to bridges and all sorts, and then some of the recovery and the response effort. So what is the latest update you have for us as far as this incident is concerned? We started our conversation yesterday with the chairman of SEMA in the state.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. You know, the numbers, nobody can tell you the number of casualty in Niger State right now, because up to now, the cops, we're still looking for them, and the numbers of them, when we tell you this is the actual number, by now we have more than 200 numbers of casualty or cops. But we are still looking for more, because we were told by the Mokwa local government that they still discovering cops up to now. So we are trying to wait for them and know the actual number of cops before giving you this is the figures. But now, sincerely speaking, we cannot ascertain.
All right, so tell us exactly, as far as the state is concerned, you are in charge of, I call humanitarian ministry more like the damage control ministry when things have happened, whether it's through natural disaster or poor governance in that sense. You are the receiving end of making sure there's mitigation. So walk us through some of the efforts of your ministry and the government by extension to help the people that have been affected so far by this disaster.
Yeah, it's not poor government at all. It's not a poor government at all. It's a natural disaster. And by now we can tell, as I told you, we cannot actually give the figures because the work is ongoing. But when I can estimate the number, it will be, by now it's more than 200 to 300. That is why I told you I will not give you the actual number of it. But the disaster is a natural disaster, not about the poor government. But as I'm telling you right now, the Niger State government put things in place, and there are a lot of contribution from various agencies and ministries, including what the Niger State have done. I think by now we have to appreciate the effort of the Niger State government, and including our ministers, both the Zone C, the Zone A, and the Zone B ministers. They contributed their own. Even Mr. Obi came yesterday, we were together. So he also donated the sum of 20 million naira. So at least by now there are a lot of damages. The damages on ground now, nobody can, you cannot get it right on media or any other social way. But when you go there, you see it by yourself. There are a lot of damages, loss of life, loss of properties, and so many things there.
So you talked about the damages, some of the efforts being done. I would like to hear exactly. You mentioned 20 million naira from Mr. Peter Obi. What is the state government doing? I don't think you've stated what exactly you're doing. You say you've done a lot of things. What exactly are you doing?
Yes, the state government now, the state government, they sent 6,000 trailers of rice, and the wife of His Excellency also was there yesterday. She donated the sum of 50 million naira and food items. And still, there are a lot of things that other agencies are contributing down to Mokwa local government area.
So, Mr. Sulaiman,
and even the Niger State food, the Niger food also donated 20 million. Niger food only donated 20 million and also food items.
So, Mr. Sulaiman, let's talk about what could have been done to prevent this. In April, the federal government had warned of heavy flooding and outlined 30 states that are high risk, and Niger State happens to be one of them. And we understand that Mokwa and the other affected communities, you know, on the flat plain of Niger State. Give us a sense of the topography and what the state government should have done to prevent this, such that would have been talking about preservation rather than loss of lives.
You know, about flood, not only local government, Mokwa local government are suffering for flood. Nibusa local government is one of them. Mashegu local government, Pantagora local government, Mokwa local government, Lapai local government, there are so many local governments. So wherever there is something like flood, the Niger State quickly zoom into action and make sure that the situation is calm. Most especially this issue of Mokwa local government, as I'm telling you earlier, is a disaster, it's a natural disaster. So the Niger State now are preparing to take a serious action to make sure that it will not happen again by the grace of God. Because only God knows the secret behind what happened in Mokwa local government.
But prior to this time, were there sensitization efforts on radio stations in Niger State for people in low-lying areas to evacuate and go to safer places and meet the rainfall prediction? Were there any such effort by the Niger State government?
Pardon?
Were there any sensitization efforts by the state government, i.e. the Ministry for Environment, to get people to be aware of the prediction, the heavy flooding prediction, and move to, you know, safer areas, particularly those in low-lying areas and those in coastal areas? Was there any such effort by the Niger State government, Mr. Mohammed?
Okay, that is good. Niger State government, every year there is sensitization effort. Every year. Even today, last 2 weeks, I attended NEMA sensitization in Niger State. Now, also the state government, also sensitization is going on. So it is not a new thing. Every year we do go to various areas, most especially down to the local level, to sensitize them about the issue of flood. So it's not new. The Niger State is trying as much as possible to make sure that this issue of flood is over by the grace of God.
What mitigation methods was the state government proposing prior to this time to preserve these areas from being susceptible to flooding? Mr. Mohammed, did you get my question? Mr. Mohammed, what mitigation efforts was the Niger State government proposing in terms of projects to preserve these areas from being susceptible to flooding prior to this time?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Exactly. Of course, yes. The Niger State are making an effort to make sure that this flooding, by the grace of God, is put in place. It's not there more again.
All right.
Hello?
Honorable Commissioner, so let's talk about the humanitarian crisis. So you give us a bit, I like to use the word dashboard. It helps us to have an overview of what we're dealing with. I know that you've said that this is still preliminary stages in terms of knowing exactly the level of impact as far as this is concerned, but where are the people that are displaced at the moment? Where are they camped? How many are they so far? What level of intervention is given to them? What are the needs that have been assessed in terms of all of this? The children that are meant to be in school, the pregnant women, healthcare. Talk to us about all of this.
Hello?
Can you hear me now, Commissioner?
Yes, I'm with you.
Did you get my question? Did you get my question, Mr. Suleiman?
Hello?
Oh, dear.
Hello? Yeah.
Did you get my question?
No.
Okay, let me rephrase. I'm saying that the flood has happened, is gone. Now we're dealing with a humanitarian situation. Help us walk through what you found out. Where are the people camped? How many are they? What is going on with the children, the pregnant women, the people that are supposed to be in school? What are the plans? All of this. Just walk us through all of this. Oh, boy. Looks like technology, Bukola, is not the best of friends. But we'll see how I can get Mr. Ahmed Suleiman the connection to be sorted out so we can get this. So from what we're seeing conflicting numbers, or let's just say the numbers keep increasing, the death toll from the Mokwa flooding incident that happened a few days ago. It started off with just some tens, and now it's in over 100, going on 200. He's even mentioning 200. We have some data from NEMA, so the number of casualties, the number of bridges that have been destroyed, the number of buildings affected, persons displaced, persons missing, and it's just a horrible situation. So those are the pictures that came in when that incident happened. So you can imagine living here and just watching nature's wrath take on everything that is in its path, from roads to bridges to houses to businesses and all whatnot, Bukola.
This indeed is nature's wrath, and for me, we need more satisfactory answers from the Niger state government about what could have been done to prevent this disaster. This didn't just happen upon us. There had been at least 2 predictions, early warning predictions of heavy rains in different parts of the country. And in fact, last month, the federal government did warn that about 30 states would experience heavy flooding and, heavy onset of rainfall. So what exactly is the budget of the Ministry of Environment in Niger State? What are the mitigation and adaptation projects that are being proposed to protect these communities? We require more satisfactory answers, and not just, reactionary efforts that are being done now by the state government when we're already counting, loss of lives. We need more answers. How will the people of Niger State and indeed other, high-risk areas in other communities and other states be protected? Because nature would indeed unleash its wrath. Climate change issues are very, very real, and that's why we're talking about the need, for a conversation on ideas about how to protect human life, how to, raise the Human Development Index in these states, either through the environment or, other aspects of national life. So we hope that we'll get more answers from the Niger state government on how lives can be protected in the future as we expect more rainfall, because it's inevitable, nature would, take its course naturally. We'll take a break now in the hope that, things are done better, not just in Niger State, but in other states. We'll take a break now and return with more for you on the program. Stay with us.